and my audio I'll include it.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to SRL APAC. So obviously tonight we've got no Cameron, he hasn't turned up, so you've got me hosting tonight. It's Formula Fish 15. We're here in Spain this week, and so just before we get into all the qualifying action, I'll give you just a quick reminder on the standings. So first up in the lead of the championship at the moment, we've got New Zealand Ryan on 80 points. He's had a great start to the season, on the podium in every race with 2 race wins. In second we have Ward 99, who is also sharing 2 victories along with New Zealand Ryan. He's 8 points back, and tied with Tim at Marduk, who Mr. Consistency has finished second in every race so far. Fourth we have Jetson, who is 32 points off New Zealand Ryan, followed by HO in 5th, with DRC Jared 6th, Relentless in 7th, despite only doing 1 race, Zombie Hunter in 8th, Is That Matt in 9th, DJRTP 17 10th, Poms for the win 87 11th, Roscoe Arm 12th, Deathbro in 13th, Owens 14th, Conrad Strait 15th, Mitchie 16th, Neon Tree Dome 17th, and Exodona at the tail in 18th. Which is a shame for him because he's had a fair bit of bad luck. Anyway, tonight I will be hosting with Fens, seeing as we don't have
hello.
cameras, so yeah. So obviously,
Hello.
yeah, you go.
Hello. Happy to be here today. I'm just noticing as you were saying that all the drivers have gone out apart from Tim at Marduk, while Mitchie and Jared have both peeled into the pits after their first lap.
So have they done? No, they obviously haven't done a flying lap.
Oh,
so.
and Deathbro's out.
Oh.
Deathbro's binned into the wall. I think that's in Sector 3, and so is Mitchie, I think. Oh no, he's just retired from the session. But yeah, that's a big crash. A weird spot as well.
Whereabouts was it?
That's in Sector 3.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a very easy place to do it. I've done it there many times. Neon Tree Dome's gone to the top and Jetson's just eclipsed him with an 18.8. So pace is already starting to get down a little bit. Looking forward to see. Oh, Warden goes to second with an 18.973. So it's very close up front. New Zealand Ryan bangs in an 18.4, so getting close to that magic 1 minute 17 bracket. This is much faster than it would have been quite a while back. So Mitchie and Deathbro both seem to have retired. So
I'm quite actually unsure on why Mitchie retired, because while Deathbro binned it, Mitchie just basically peeled into the pits and retired. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's a quali ban or just can't be bothered.
Yeah, I can't remember any penalties, but I'm sure he might want to start at the back. Seeing as there's only 13 drivers in, he might want to start at the back and try to avoid all the carnage at the start as well, which is a tactic I've used before. So Jared comes through to start his first lap. He obviously has had a decent start to the season. He's got 3 6th places and a DNF in Australia. So not a terrible start to the season by any means of the word. Just looking.
I don't think those stats tell the full story of Jared, because he's very quick. Like, he's Ryan, Warden, Jetson's pace.
Yeah, I think he's been right up the front in qualifying. So we'll just have a look. Yeah, so he qualified 4th in Bahrain. So he's certainly not far off the pace. And fourth again in Azerbaijan. So certainly no slow driver. Team at Marduk is also on his lap. He's coming through onto the back second DRS straight. DRC Jared just sliding there through the final sector. A very difficult section of the track to master. Takes a lot of patience. You've got to make sure you don't accelerate too early or turn in too early, otherwise you'll hit the curbs, as Jared sets a 1 minute 18.6 to put him second. And now we've got Team at Marduk coming around the final corner, opening DRS and coming to set a 1 minute 18.3, goes to the top. And now we'll be conserving those tyres back into the pits, and we've got nobody out on track. And
I think they'll be rushing to the pits, actually. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, that's fine.
I think Ben and Jared, they could still both go. If they rush to the pits, they can still get a lap done. So yeah, they timed it well because they're out of the traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, quite
no,
clever.
they might be, well, they might catch people on their laps if they go out. We've got our first car going out to the track.
Yeah.
Which is the Red Bull of Neon Tree Dome, who is currently sat P6 with a 19.0. Taking it very easy out of the pits, obviously not wanting to damage those tyres in any way on his outlap. Try to keep all the juice in them, ready for his final lap of the session. Excuse me.
Also something to note is they're all going out on the, apart from Zedona and Pomps of the Wind, who are currently the slowest of the current qualifiers. All the front runners are going out on the soft tyre, so I think most people will be expecting to stop.
Yeah, for sure.
It will be quite. I think from memory they'll want to be, if the race is dry, we're assuming it is, they'll want to be pitting around about, I think, from laps 8 to lap 11 if they want to go to the end of the hards.
Yep.
But you never know, could see an aggressive 2-stop from someone.
Obviously, someone who'd be going for the 2-stop if I was racing would be me, because my tyre wear on the pad is not particularly anything special. So I'd be one of those going for a 2-stop. But obviously Poms has brilliant tyre wear, and he's always been able to, or he's always had better tyre wear than me, despite his twitchy nature. And Conrad Straight's also on an outlap. He's on the softs, obviously. And Neon Tree Dome now starting his lap. He'll be looking to get another or decent result after a decent showing in Azerbaijan last week. He somehow hasn't really had quite the pace of the front runners to be on the podium yet, and he hasn't had the best of start. Says he's got a DNF despite being fourth in Azerbaijan. Don't know what's going on there, but I'll chase that up. Yeah, because in the results, nope, I was looking at qualifying. He qualified 5th in Azerbaijan, but yeah, obviously he didn't finish. Gee, I had a massive brain failure there. Must be all that rain. Yeah, obviously hasn't had the start to the season he wants, and the results certainly don't speak of his ability, because a 16th, a 10th and a DNF is certainly not what he would have wanted for the start of this season. As he's now coming through the final corner to be the first of the final runners, or final run laps. He sets an 18.6, a respectable time. Goes third, indeed. As we've got a Force India leaving the pits.
They're leaving it very late.
Yeah. So it doesn't take long to get around here. That would be New Zealand Rowing leaving the pits.
And Warden's off.
Oh, is he?
Oh, he just went off. He just went on the grass for a bit. That will have affected his tyres a bit, but yeah.
Sector 3, Zedona's Don't know. He's coming to the
Yeah.
pits and retired. Conrad Straight comes round to set a lap.
He's going slowly.
Oh no, he's starting a lap. Oh no, I think he's already set a lap. He's set a 20.05. So I don't know
And
whether that was already
speaking
set.
of lap times,
Poms for the wins
Poms
just
just stepped
set.
into
Yeah.
9th.
He's done a 19.8. So that puts Zedona down to P11. And so,
Yeah, so
now I
he'll,
believe almost everyone is on a lap. Go on board now with Ryan, Warden, who has just started his lap. He's coming through to the end of the first sector. He does a 21.9 to the first sector. He's obviously had a good start to the season. 2 wins, a 5th and a 4th. Neon Treedome retires from the session. He's obviously... Oh, he's improved to an 18.5, so he'd be very happy with his time, I would imagine.
Jetson just crossed the line and did not improve, but I think he's going for another lap as well. So they're pushing these soft tyres a lot.
Maybe that's indicating that there might be rain. Those wild Poms go for the mediums.
Yeah.
But if they're
Ryan
going for
was also
second
going
lap,
very slow and doesn't set a lap.
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Because I certainly wouldn't want to push the soft tyre, especially with the tyre degradation nature of the Spanish track.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a couple of yellow flags, probably for people retiring. Just noticed a message from Michi. He was apparently lagging pretty bad, so chose to retire. Warden goes with an 18.0 to the top. Brilliant lap.
That's
there
a
from
very
Warden.
quick time.
New Zealand Ryan came into the pits,
And Jetson's
so he
off.
mustn't have been fast or going fast enough to improve. Team at Marduk's coming around the final corner here. He only marginally improves.
He improved.
Not by much, but he only marginally improves. And now we've only got DRC Jared, who looks to be on an in-lap. So, don't expect him... Yeah, so that's everyone complete and in good time. So, we've got Warden 99 obviously taking the pole position with a lap time of a 1 minute 18.0. Got Team at Marduk in second on a 1 minute 18.345. New Zealand Ryan in third with a 1:18.493. Neon Treedome in fourth with a 1:18.52. Very happy with that. DRC Jared qualifying fifth, a 1:18.683. Zonta qualifying sixth with a 1:18.719. Jetson in seventh with 1:18.864. Roscoe in eighth with a 1:19.0. Pommed in ninth on the medium tyres, so obviously looking to go into the race. He sets 1 minute 19.8. Then I think it was Conrad in 10th and with a 1 minute 20.0. And I didn't see Zedona's lap time, but he was starting 11th. So he set a 1 minute 20.585. So that sets us up with qualifying. So I think...
Yeah. I think someone to watch this race, I think, will be that hasn't really... I think... Like, one of the leading people this season so far will be Neon Treedome, who set a very good lap, and I know that he's been practicing a lot for this race, so
Yes,
we'll see what he'll be able to do.
Yeah.
Will be interesting to see if he can rattle the front runners.
Yeah.
He was telling me he was looking for a top 5 finish.
Yeah, so he'll be hoping for a top 5 finish. He'll be hoping for a top 3 finish. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see whether the top 3 run away with it, or whether anyone can keep up with them. We've obviously got a dry race because it's dry in the pits at the moment.
Could be dry to wet. You never know.
Could very well be. It'll be interesting to see how this race pans out, because we've got obviously the fast guys up the front, but we've also got some pretty quick guys through the midfield. So, be interesting to see how close they are to our front runners. Obviously, our top 3 championship starting top 3 as well.
Yeah, interesting.
And Team
I
at
have
Marduk will be
great
looking to
memories of
go
this.
one spot better. But we have going out on the formation lap, we have the Force India and the Ferrari 1-2. And we've already got people disqualified from the sessions, or from the warm-up lap. They use Jetson and Zombie Hunter. So that didn't take long. Warden must be looking to get heat into the tyres early, because he's just jetted away from everyone, and he'll probably start slowing down now to preserve the tyres, because you don't want to go too hard on the warm-up lap and destroy the tyres.
I severely doubt that. Warden is known for just sprinting the entire formation lap.
That
So
is
sometimes being known to mow the lawn as well in the process.
He did almost mow the lawn there, so...
Yeah, I don't really have that much fond memories of this race last season. I didn't even make it to turn 1. I got my tyre came off just running into turn 1. So that was wonderful.
Were you hit, or...?
Yeah, but it was desync, so...
You seemed to have a lot of trouble with that.
Yeah, I did. I ended up having to leave, I think after Baku, because of the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So completing formation lap, we've got... obviously, we've got Warden. He'll have to wait a little while whilst the other cars form up behind him, but everyone seems to be fairly close behind, so we'll be getting underway shortly. Got 8 cars now, pretty well set on the grid, and everyone else flowing in.
I'm just waiting for Deathbro to line up, and we'll be ready to go, I think.
Renault of Deathbro lining up alongside the Haas of Michi. So now we've got a rearward view of the grid. We've got 5 lights on, and finally lights out, and away we go. Very delayed reaction start by the looks of things. We've got looks like New Zealand Ryan looking to go down the inside of Ben. Ben looking to the inside of Warden, but doesn't quite pull it off. Pulls in after it looks like that Zedona's moved down, and Zombie Hunter's lost a place to... No, he's gained a place on Neon Tridome, sorry. As now Neon's being attacked by Jetson, who doesn't look to have got the best qualifying or race starts. So, that being said, he's just got past. As now we look to the front, we've got the Force India's 1 and 3 with the Ferrari of Team at Marduk in the sandwich. We've followed by obviously the Mercedes of Jared, followed by second fiddle, it would appear, at Ferrari in Zombie Hunter, with Jetson, Tridome. We've got Roscoe and Conrad having a good little tussle there. Looks like... Oh, that was Roscoe off the road,
no.
I think. Yep, Roscoe's looks to have gone off. So, Deathbro's gotten ahead of him, as has Poms, Zedona and Michi. So I dare say Roscoe won't be too happy about that. At the front,
it was
Warden's
actually
pulled a
pretty
5/10
clean
of a
first
second
lap.
gap. Oh, very clean. Wasn't expecting it to be so clean. I was expecting something small to happen. But
As Jets looks like he's trying to have a look at Zombie Hunter here. If you just want to focus on that, they look like the Jetson looks very racy behind the back.
He
of
always
that
seems
Ferrari.
to. He always seems to look very racy at the start of the races. As he goes for a look
He's
down
gonna
the
be-
inside, and
That was very bold, seeing
very bold, but
bang wheels
the
a bit.
inside line hurt him a little bit there. Wasn't able to get on the accelerator as early as what Zombie Hunter was, and wasn't able to therefore get by. So Zombie Hunter doing a
Good
very good
defending
job
there by Zombie.
The top four seem to be starting to slowly skip away from Zombie Hunter and Jetson, who are obviously caught in a fierce battle. Neon Trio.
There's actually a
keeping
battle
it
going on
behind.
for 10th and 11th if you want.
Oh,
Pomps
yeah,
for the
I see
win
that.
is
Pomps.
being under attack from Zedona. He's in a bit of a banana sandwich right now with the two Renaults.
He's got Deathbro ahead of him and Zedona behind him, with Michi very close behind, also looking to take benefit if by any chance they happen to collide. Warden sets the fastest lap of the race with a 21.9. Very quick lap time for the first flying lap of the race, obviously. He seems to have just skipped out to a little bit of a lead. He's got a 6 or 7 tenth or 8 tenth now buffer over Team at Marduk. And it's very slowly growing.
Just at turn 1 there, Poms for the win. Had a look to at making a move on Deathbro, but Deathbro covered perfectly. He's actually had a really good start. From
big
I think it was
slide
13th.
Deathbro got a big slide there. He's obviously on the super soft tyres, so he's just looking to carve through the field.
There's no
sorry.
There's no super soft.
Sorry, I'm
confusing
the red and the orange.
Yeah, he's had a good start from 13th though, especially on the hardest tyre.
Absolutely.
Oh, as Mitchie at the DRS board there, as also the banana car of Zedona, it looks like it's trying to make a move on Poms to the win. They're going side by side into sector 3.
And
Poms is on the grass.
Nice save by Poms for the win.
Just avoided Roscoe Arms. Well, that was actually very good job there by Poms.
Kept control there, but that's why you do not tried to make a move there. It's just so risky.
New Zealand Ryan and Team at Marduk are actually very close to each other now. The gap is currently 2 tenths.
Got the Italian spice of the Ferrari and the Indian spice of the Force India, even though it's really British behind. Got the Battle of the Spices, and we've also got the Battle of the Asia Pacific. Well, I say Asia Pacific, of the Pacific Giants, as Poms for the win has spun out. Unfortunately for him, he's spun at turn 3.
Lost his wing.
And has a bit of wing damage, so I dare say he's had a collision with possibly one of the Renaults. But could have been anyone.
Actually, I have noticed Mitchie's actually got ahead of Roscoe, so it may have been a collision between them. Yeah, Roscoe's got wing damage as well. So there may have been something with them.
Warden skipping out to a convincing lead. He's got almost a second now.
Oh, Jetson! Oh, Jared's off actually, not Jetson. It's
no, because he was doing such a good job. He was
and 3 positions
so close to the front. He was doing a brilliant job keeping up with the top 3. Yeah, so he's now going to be stuck behind Neon Treedome, who is not an easy character to overtake. Will Ryan have a look into turn 1 here at Ben? Too far back. Ben must have fixed his... I just realised I didn't have my telemetry enabled. Must have... I know he's got a bit of fuel in the coffers. Just have a look through the fuel at the moment.
Just if you want to keep note, the banana cars are right behind the back of Conrad Straight right now, and Deathbro is looking very racy behind Conrad. So we'll see how that pans out as well.
Both of the Renaults are looking very racy at the moment. Both of them within a second of Conrad collectively, so... Roscoe's made a pit stop, as has Poms for the win. Roscoe's gone on to another set of soft tyres, while Poms for the win's gone onto a set of hards, maybe trying to play the long game and try to just conserve a little bit, try to claw back on making another pit stop, rather than, or trying not to make a pit stop. As it's hotted up at the front, Tam at Marduk got right onto the back of Warden there and just slid out of the penultimate corner, out of the chicane. Can't believe I missed that.
I believe there's going to be a move now between Jetson and Zombie as well. If yes. Jetson's
up the inside. He's practically got him. So maybe Zombie might pull back the switchback. There's contact. Slight little bit of contact.
No wing damage though. At least
we might have minor wing damage, as Deathbro at the very same spot has made a move on Conrad Straight, and Zedona will be looking to follow him, though runs extremely wide and does a very good job there to save it, because that corner is scary when you get out that wide. Team at Marduk just seems to have a little bit more pace than Warden at this stage in the race. Tyres will be starting to just not fall off the cliff, but just be starting to push a little bit now, you'll be getting a little bit of understeer, and Ben will just have that slight little bit more control with the wheel. He'll just be able to slightly manage this better. With Warden sliding a lot at the moment as well, so managing to keep Ben behind pretty well. We'll have to watch out on this straight for DRS. But he just seems to get a slightly better run out of the penultimate corner. So I think that's just keeping him safe at the moment. Whereas
he's looking pretty racy, actually.
Oh, he's looking around the outside. He's going to try to stick it around the outside. He's right on it. There's nothing between these three right now. There's only 0.4 of a second. You could cover these three with a blanket. That's how much there is between them. Ben goes for a move down the inside at turn 4. Can't quite make it stick.
That was risky.
And that leaves him vulnerable now to New Zealand Ryan, who is looking to take advantage. Although Warden gets a bad exit there out of... What's that? I've lost track of the corners. That's turn 5. The gap, though, he's just pulled out a slight little gap. Not much of a gap, but enough to possibly keep him safe just for this straight, as Tim Murdoch ran wide and maybe slightly sacrificed his exit. Though this is hotted right up now.
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting battle to watch. Always Jetson gets a bit of side. I'm just looking at Jetson Zombie Hunter, because while Jetson did pass Zombie is still in the DRS range, and so is Neon Treedome, who of course had that a bit of a bad start considering his qualifying position.
Yeah. I think it might also be worth noting that Zedona has managed to get past Conrad Strait as well, and he's up into 8th place.
Yeah, Jared's going for a 2-stop as well, because he's pitted for the soft tyre as well. I forgot to mention that. But look at the leaders right now. Tim at Murdoch is right on the back of Warden. He's going to go for the dive bomb.
He's gone for the move, and
oh no, they're banging
stuck.
wheels.
They're stuck on the side pods.
No. And
Warden's going for the move back down the inside, but Ben just slams the door shut. Goes for the wide line, and Ben has taken the lead in the Spanish Grand Prix. This will be what he'll want. This lead now. He'll protect this lead with his life. He won't care if it kills his tyres. He'll just protect this lead. Oh, Warden gets very sideways.
Oh, Warden's had a bit of a slide, and actually New Zealand Ryan is going to be going to the inside now. Who's going to come out on top of this? The 2 Force Indias. They're still going to go side by side. I think Ryan's going to get this.
As I was about to say, if Warden's smart, he'll just cut him behind and just maybe use Ryan to pull him along, seeing as Ryan seems to have slightly better pace at this stage. But Tim at Murdoch's managed to pull a good
one of the
8,
two of
9.
them will go on the pits.
He's basically pulled a second. As Warden pulls into the pits, as you said.
Yep, he'll be wanting to go for an undercut strategy here. The soft tyres at lap 9 will be dead.
Yeah, they'd be struggling on those tyres now. As from brand new, I can only get 12 laps out of them. So he's gone for the hards, obviously a 1-stop. And he is on his way out now. He's probably going to come out just behind Mitchie. Yep, just behind Mitchie. And that'll give him a lack of clear air. As Jared sets fastest lap of the race. Very impressive from him, although I think he's pitted, so...
Yeah, he'll be going for the 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, he's made a move to the 2-stop, as Conrad Strait has pitted for a set of mediums. Oh, no,
he'll be going for a 2-stop as well.
Yeah, I got 12 laps out of the mediums. Yeah, so he'll be going for the 2-stop. He'll either go for a soft medium or a soft medium hard to complete this race.
Yeah.
New Zealand Ryan just slightly pulling in that gap to Team at Murdoch, so obviously Ryan's got a fair bit of pace at this stage of the race.
I think as well it's also noting how it'll... Actually, I was going to say it might be interesting to see where Jared will come out in terms of Jetson, Zombie and Neo as Ben pulls into the pits. But the gap between Jetson and Ryan was 6 seconds. Meanwhile, the gap to Jared is 8 seconds. So we'll see if Jared can maybe stir the pot a bit here.
Yeah. So Team at Murdoch will obviously be making this pit stop off the undercut from Warden. And Also into the pits came Neon Tridome. So
As
he'll be,
Warden makes the move on Mitchie through the DRS, but I think this is going to be very close between them.
this is very
I
close,
think
and it looks
Ben
like Ben's
get
just
the-
managed to get out ahead. But it'll be worth watching because Warden will have a slight advantage with having warm tyres. Though it doesn't look to be helping him at the moment, with Ben just slightly pulling away through that section. In Sector 1, which is a very good start to the lap considering cold tyres. There's nothing really going on now. It will be interesting to see if New Zealand Ryan pits at all this lap, or whether he tries to extend his stint to maybe have slightly fresher tyres at the end. And
Yeah, I
then he can
definitely
use
agree
it.
on that as well with
And then he can be
sorry
more
for
aggressive
interrupting you there.
in the final stint with the hard tyres. Whilst we were at Atmore. In he comes in lap 10.
Yeah.
He's going to obviously jump onto the hards and do a one-stop. Very conservative into the pit lane. Does not want to speed, because the last thing you want here is a pit lane penalty. Jetson also coming into the pits. Also going onto the hards, so he's obviously looking to try to get out ahead of Zombie Hunter. Or stay ahead of Zombie Hunter, who will be obviously looking to try to overcut on Jetson.
As Ryan's overcut them, and Warden's going for a move on Ben, as you can see, but he doesn't prevail. But this is very good for New Zealand Ryan. We must have missed some battling or something, because Ryan, I don't think, should have been the pace of Ben and Warden on those very old soft tyres.
No, but
Something must have happened that we missed.
If they were battling, which it looks like they were, by the gaps, he could very well have benefited from that. He would have easily benefited from that. There's Neon Tridome.
Yeah, they were going
comes
side
out
by side
right.
into the...
3-second time penalty for Exodona for corner cutting, obviously. Neon Tridome's right
Whereas
behind
Jeff says.
DRC Jared there. You go.
Yeah, that's actually quite surprising. Jetson has severely undercut Neo by because I remember Jetson, Neo, and Zombie Hunter, they were all within half a second of each other. So
Yeah.
Jetson has benefited from the stops as Zombie
As
Hunter
Zombie
pulls
Hunter,
in.
yeah, pulls into the pits. Very conservative as well, going in. Also not looking to seek attention from the race stewards. As New Zealand Ryan now is closing up to the back of the Renault of Exodona. He'll be looking to get past him quickly, and if they're smart, Exodona and Death Row will without much protest, let by the leaders, and then just follow them, try to keep up with them, take their lines, and let them pull them forward effectively. Which is a strategy
definitely.
we've obviously seen work quite well, as I think Max Verstappen proved in the race in 2015. He got lapped and then managed to pull in a couple of positions by sticking to the back of, I think it was the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel.
Just worth noting before the battling heats up again, as Ryan looks like he's making moves with Zedona. Zombie Hunter and Jared were going side by side as well.
Yeah. And as I
when
said, Zedona's
Zombie exited.
just let him pass, and he's probably going to attempt to stick to the back of him now.
Wonder if Death Row will.
He's got a little bit of
Never
time
know.
before he needs to worry about it. DRC Jared gets a time penalty.
He has the right to defend his position, so
Yeah, he might do, but if he's
depends
smart,
whether he does or not.
But if he does that, he affects where he affects his strategy. He affects the guys behind him, and yeah, he probably won't want to get involved in the championship tussle. As Warden might look now to make a move on Tim at Marduk, he just seems to have gained a little bit of pace over Tim at Marduk at this stage. Warden certainly seems to be a lot.
As he runs wide.
Got a lot of dirty air there. Warden seems to be a lot quicker at the start of stints, so maybe he's, I don't know, running maybe slightly higher tyre pressures, which means his tyres come up to temperature and pressure a little bit quicker than what Ben's do. But yeah, it'll be see how it goes at the end of this stint, whether it'll be the same as on the softs, which obviously cost Warden, where both Ben and Ryan were able to either overtake him or overcut him because he just struggled on that soft tyre. Or whether that was just an
Yeah.
issue of the soft tyre. As Ryan's caught right up to the back of Deathbro now, and I'm surprised Deathbro is keeping up a fight, because this is bringing Ben and Warden right into this. Ben's just caught 0.3 of a
I mean,
second.
we're not complaining. This is good.
No, it's good.
We like
good,
this.
good to watch them race. But
Yeah.
you'd think that Deathbro would want to try to lose it the smallest amount of time possible by
Oh, yeah.
just letting the leaders past and latching on behind.
No, I think if I was Deathbro, what I'd be doing is I'd be running lean on the straights just to let them all through without minimizing the amount of time that I'm,
Yeah,
losing.
that as
through
well.
it.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. Yeah.
There's actually
if he was
there's
just
actually been some good battling between. Oh, interrupt you, but there's been good
it's
battling between and Mitchie as well.
yeah, they're still going at
Conrad,
it.
I think, has just taken the position back, so good fighting between them.
Roscoe obviously has to pit again, at least once. Well, probably only needing to do it once. And
Soft, medium.
God, that'd be crazy. Be a crazy
As
strategy.
Ben looks inside of Deathbro, actually, they're going side by side. They're banging wheels as well.
This is crazy.
And Deathbro's still in it. He's still going in
This
it.
is crazy. I don't know what Death's doing
That was
here.
just a bit silly.
Death's
That was a
13th
bit
in the
silly, but-
championship with only 8 points. He's got no reason to be in the...
Warden's also going for the move.
He's not going to try to keep it down the inside. I don't know why he's doing
Nearly
that. He's
did
just cost all the leaders a heap of time. He's cost himself a heap of time. That being said, what's his name? Zadonek's coming to the pits. That's why the gap looked a bit bigger than I thought it would. Yeah, so he's just cost Ben and Warden at least 0.8 of a second each. So that was silly. That was not necessary, especially considering the amount of points off the championship lead he is the same as the amount of points that both Ben and Warden have overall. So
I think though, Deathbro, I think that may have been quicker than just letting them through though, because he would have lost a lot of time, like slowing down.
yeah,
So at least he was keeping up his pace during
he was
that.
keeping up his pace, but at the same time, you don't want to get involved in a battle that isn't yours.
Especially if there was an incident there, that would have been that would have gone
if
straight
there'd been
down
an
in the chats.
incident, oh, absolutely. If there'd been an incident, he would have been the worst person in the world. So, still got a couple of drivers that need to pit again. So obviously, DRC Jared and Roscoe Arm need to pit again for a set, presumably for a set of hards.
I think Pomps will win will as well because he went in on I think it was lap 2 or 3.
He went in on
So,
that
the
5,
hards-
so
the-
he came out on that 5.
The hards
so
won't last that long.
No.
So
unless he
well, they
can
might,
manage,
but
unless he can manage to do some super tyre saving, he's got a big push on those hards.
yeah.
Got some battling here
he's been
between
second last,
the
so-
teammates. Jared's all over the back of
Yeah,
Jetson.
and-
Whether Jetson's just made a move or not, I don't know. But
Nah, Jared's been stuck behind for a while now.
obviously,
There's
Jared's got a
there's
bit of
softs will
pace
be
on the
running out of
softs.
wear though.
Yeah, because he's been on those for a few laps now. So, both still... Jetson's run a pretty good race so far. He's only, 6 or 7 seconds behind the leaders. Which, I mean, it's not where he wants to be. He wants to be up there with the leaders, but he's not far off at all. Especially considering he was caught up with the battling at the start of the race with Zombie Hunter.
Yeah.
Zidane,
Zidane
don't know whether he's disconnected or just quit, but I'd say he's disconnected. And his car's just going to run around now until such a point as he can get back in. Conrad's just managed to pull a slight gap out to Mitchie at the moment. Those medium tyres obviously doing him well.
Jared's
New Zealand
nailed to the back of Jetson right now. Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
No, that's fine.
I think he's being very cautious, especially because it's his teammate. But if I was If I was him, I would have just licked the stamp and sent it. It was
Using the
not
last
even.
Danny Rick quote.
The Zombie's actually close to the back of Neo Trium, so Neo would have actually passed Zombie. So because I remember Zombie was ahead, so something has happened to him. That'll be unfortunate. I mean, good for Neo, but
Conrad and Mitchie just traded places, though that might have something to do with Zedona having
yeah,
lost connection. Warden's right
yeah,
back on the back
passed him.
of Ben, and New Zealand Ryan's just skipped away. He's done a Sebastian Vettel, so they're just, I don't know whether they're just struggling for a little bit of pace right now, or whether their battling's holding them up, but they'll want to just try, instead of trying to battle here, they'll want to just try to use each other to catch back up to New Zealand Ryan and work on keeping their collective pace up. As Warden goes down the inside and very close there, but manages to get the job
Yeah,
done.
it actually was.
On Tim at Marduk, as DRC Jared gets the job done on Jetson as we speak as well. And Roscoe Arms coming to the pits.
As Zedona has also joined back, so he's only just a bit behind Pom, so if he can join back quickly, he may be able to push and get that position back.
Yeah, he might be able to get something from the race.
Yeah, though, no one's retired yet, so it's been very consistent.
Warden's already pulled half a second, so he's done a good job there. Zombie Hunter and
I think
Leon
Ben's just
Tridome
going to try and be pulled.
stuck together as well. And Jetson's still right on the back of Jared. Though with either battle, no move has been pulled as of yet. And Warden still hasn't completely and utterly lost Ben yet. But those two, whilst they're still tussling, have lost 2.7 seconds to New Zealand Ryan.
Jared's hopped into the pits as well to complete his hopefully final stop.
Roscoe's gone
As
for
we
mediums.
speak, the Zombie is nailed to the back. Yeah, that they would make it to the end from here. But Zombie Hunter is going around, trying to go around the outside here of Neon Treatham.
This
very
is a brave
close there.
move.
Bang wheels and Neo's been pushed wide.
He's
But
just
he
made
gets
it
the move
stick
done.
there.
So good job.
Got the move
Yeah,
done.
I don't think Neon Treatham's going to be happy with how his race has gone, because he had a very good qualifying, then a bit of a mess
Just a
start,
bit of a bad
dropping
start,
down to 7th.
and it's just gone downhill from there. Unfortunately,
With Death
for him.
needing to bit, I think he'll get 6th, but as he was telling me before, he was hoping for a top 5 finish, and as you said as well, hoping for a podium. So
who's that? Neon.
Yeah, Neon.
Yeah. Death Pro actually, I think, might have benefited a little bit from his running long, because he is at the moment going to be coming out somewhere around DRC Jared, so that means he would have made quite a number of places there, having started from last. So clever racing.
So he was from I think he was in 9th when he went and I think he was 9th. So he may make a move on Jared, but that'll be it.
I reckon he'll come out ahead as he pits now. So we'll just see
He'll
where
probably
he
come around
comes
Conrad
out.
straight.
Yeah, he'll come out around Jared and Conrad. We'll just see where Jared is. It's going to be very tight between the two of them. Though I think Death might just have Jared here, which
Yeah,
so,
Death love Jared.
very good racing there from Death. Great what's the word I'm after? Great awareness of where he'll come out, because that's gained him a net 2 positions. Or a net 1
Yeah, very good
position or
job there
whatever.
by Death.
Yeah, great strategy play. And very much alike what Craig Lowndes managed to pull in the V8s at Perth.
Actually, this actually sort of reminded me of what I did in ASR, because I started at the back, went on the hards, and I was ended up 7th after all the pit stops.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all. That's it's always interesting to see the different strategy plays. Some drivers will, just like Death did, then go long into the race. At tracks like Spain, that is something, and Malaysia as well. I know that's got really good long life pace. So that's
Always got a
speaking
penalty
of,
though.
he's just got a penalty. But yeah, that's another
But
track
so
that's
does
good
Jared.
for. It's good for taking the hard tyres at the start and pushing on. Got an incident in Sector 2.
That's Zidane.
That's Zidane, so obviously I reckon he'll
He'll
just...
probably be retiring.
Yeah, he'll probably just...
Well, he's
Unless
actually
he's
waiting for the
leaders.
So his team at Marduk. Just what I've noticed from Zidane, his team at Marduk is right on the back
Right
of
on the
Warden
back of
here.
Warden, yeah, I just saw that then myself. Got a couple of little battle packs emerging here. Zombie Hunter is fairly close to
That was very
Neon.
close.
Or Neon's fairly close to Zombie. And Jared's still right on the back of Death Row, so some good battling here to be seen.
As Zidane's just been in the wall, he's gone straight on.
Has he done that deliberately?
Yeah, I think it's a bit
I would
deliberate.
say so. I think that's.
Yeah, I don't see how
don't know
you
if
crashed
that's-
that.
I think that might be the second time this season he's done that. I'm not sure. As we go on board with Tim at Marduk with a very defensive.
I think he's
Warden at the
gonna lick
moment.
it.
He's going to try to go around the outside.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it.
He's stuck it in there. They're still side by side. He's going to might try to go. Nope, he's going to stick it around the outside, but Warden just sends him high and wide. So a move back down the inside isn't out of the question, but I think Ben's he's given up on the lost cause there, and he's going to try again next lap. As Jared's going for a move on Death Bro down the inside. Though Death's just lost the rear end on entrance, and Jared's got him quite comfortably. It showed Jared
some
on
very
the
good
hard
battling
tiles from
there.
Death's car. So a couple of very good battles here at the moment.
Couple of good graphic glitches, as you just mentioned, though, with Jared.
Yeah. Just got a message from Hatred. Zidane was struggling with leg cramps. Just got a message to say, so... Yeah, poor.
He also
poor
would have
bugger.
put this off, though, because he left the session. So the
Yeah.
slipstream glitch will be in effect now, so that'll make Ben's time of trying to overtake Warden a tough one.
Yeah, stupid glitches. Although the slipstream still seems to be working somewhat. So that might just be DRS.
That'll be DRS. You don't really get that much slipstream from where
Speaking
Ben
of,
was,
like,
so...
yeah, with that slipstream glitch, I think that's pretty poor form by Codemasters to still have glitches in the game. If this isn't sorted out by next game, I don't see Codemasters keeping the contracts for the game or keeping the rights to the game.
I want my safety car.
Yeah, we want to see
Yeah,
safety car
that's-
back, because then you can see if there's an accident, you can see the fightbacks from other drivers. You can see.
I remember in yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I remember in ASR Canada, HO pitted lap 1, me and HO pitted lap 1, we finished 1st and 4th. So
Yeah,
the comebacks can happen with safety cars, and that would help someone like even like Poms or Roscoe.
yeah, that would help Poms and Roscoe if
who
something
are
were to
very far
happen.
back.
They'd be able to. Not saying they've done a bad job, because I mean they're 10th and 11th. That's not, and they're not that far back, so that's not a bad job considering where they were. But it'd just be interesting to see what would happen if they had a safety car, which I think is what NASCAR tried to do with the competition caution. But I think it's wrong to have a competition caution.
So currently, I think the field's kind of stabilised. Nothing's actually really happening right now.
No, that's the slipstream glitch as well would be
Ben and,
struggling.
Death.
That slipstream glitch would be the main thing that's kind of dulled it down now, because no one's getting the advantage from slipstream. Jared's just managed to pull away a little bit from Death. Poms for the win, as you said, would have to come back into the pits. for another set of tyres, and I'd imagine he'll go for a set of softs
As
to
he
try
goes
to
now.
blast his way home.
He's done that now, actually, as you
Oh, he's gone for a
speak.
set of mediums.
Oh, mediums. That's actually kind of interesting.
Oh no, it's softs.
Um,
Sorry, it showed mediums. So that's another thing with this game. Glitches, another glitch there. A graphics glitch that's been present with the game for as long as I can remember. On 2017, so there's no struggle for
Yeah.
glitches in this game.
So while
Team at Marduk,
nothing's
oh no,
happening-
Team
wait,
at
wait,
Marduk
actually,
is
wait
getting
one sec. Yeah.
slipstreams,
I was
so
I was gonna say.
yeah.
I think it's just a bit DRS, to be honest, but
So
know-
with DRS last time he only got to 325, so that time he got to 330. So I reckon there's still a bit of slipstream, if not much.
just just cuts out half the slipstream.
Yeah.
No, so if the race were to end now, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I'm not sure. I'd probably have to go with not Jared, Jetson.
He has
Just
made up 3 positions from 7th place. That's actually
And he's
very
not
good
far
job.
off
He's also
the
been
lead pack.
yeah, he's
So at the
made some
same
good
time-
overtakes as well.
At the same time, New Zealand Ryan's right up there as well, as he's he's come from 3rd. He's battled his way through. He did a brilliant job with the strategy, and he's now got a few seconds. As Conrad Strait gets a 3-second time penalty as well.
I reckon Jetson maybe though, because the thing with Ryan is he got his through the undercut strategy. He didn't make. I don't think he made any overtakes. I may be wrong.
He didn't make any overtakes,
But-
but he executed strategy to perfection,
didn't.
and he's pulled away. So
Yeah, he's pulled away through Warden and then fighting. So a very good job by both Jetson and Ryan today.
yeah, they've both done very well to get to where they are. Especially Ryan with that brilliant strategy call to get himself into the lead. Obviously
But
by the way he's pulled away, he's obviously had the pace, so
It's actually been a fairly clean race as well. The only
Yeah.
incident was Poms and Roscoe's. Poms is actually on the back of Conrad. So I'll keep an eye on that if you would want to focus on the leaders. I'll let you know if Poms
just
does
have a look
anything.
at fuel. There's a couple of people out there that have got very little fuel at hand. But New Zealand Ryan's got the least of the top 3. Both of them, all 3 of them though, have less than a lap's worth of fuel. Spare, that is.
Poms is nailed onto the back of that Torosa now, but he's getting a bit of dirty air, I think, and yeah, he's going to run wide. He's had the fastest lap though, we forgot to mention. Shout out to Poms.
Oh, well done to Poms. That's always a little what's the word? A little stocking filler, if you wish. Just something nice to take away from a weekend, to know that you set a quick lap time.
Yeah.
And so if you've had a bad race,
keep-
it can certainly be something to lift your spirits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, as you were saying.
Oh, I was just going to say that Ben is, I feel like he's getting even closer now to Warden, but
Yes,
he's going to be getting into
right
the
up the
dirty air
back.
part of the track. This corner's not exactly the greatest in dirty air.
And as you can see,
Think
Ben
he'll
just got
have
a poorer run.
Yeah, he'll definitely be going for, I reckon, a move. I think him and Warden will have another battle before the end of the flag, is all I'm saying. Unless, like, something happens to Ben. This Warden actually runs very wide there. This Palms the win, actually. He's going for a move on Comrade Straight. Yeah, they're going to go side by side.
And he looks to have
Yeah,
got the move
this is a
done.
simple move.
Judging by the leaderboard, I'm keeping an eye on Warden and Ben. Though, as you said,
Yeah.
the dirty air just seems to be affecting Ben quite a bit, because he's not able to get the runs onto the straight. He's got the straight line speed. He's demolishing Warden in a straight line. He just gained 0.4 of a second in the straight, but he was unable to make a move because he just can't get the run onto the straight.
But the dirty air in that corner that we just saw there in Sector 3 is atrocious. Like, he loses so much time in the third sector that he just can't fight Warden in the, down the
on the
straight.
straight. The only straight that'd be long enough for him to fight Warden on would be Azerbaijan.
China, maybe.
Oh, maybe China.
And especially with...
Oh, and
Ben's
there's
got
a
a penalty.
3-second time penalty. That's an
I don't know if
awkward
he'd
spot to
wanna
get a
go
time
for
penalty because you
Warden
only
now.
need to be over it by 1 millimeter and the game gives you a penalty. So you
Yeah.
can cut the inside. Oh, actually no, that's more the inside that is strict on though. So is it the inside? I think it's strict on the inside as well. So there's a few corners here that you can get away with completely cutting, and there's some that you just. And it's the same with all tracks. There's some that you can get away with completely cutting, and others where you don't even need to completely cut, and it gives you a penalty. So Warden,
I don't think he'll be... Actually, as I...
much
about
better
to say,
run
he
this
wasn't
lap.
going to be overly aggressive, but he is. I think he's
But-
going to go for a move here, try and pull a 3-second gap. We'll see what happens. As he goes here outside, they're going side by
He's
side.
gone the
so
outside,
they're
and it
banging
looks like
wheels.
he's got that move done. So that's a very good move. That's
Yeah,
I
good
think the
job.
second time he's pulled that move in this race. So, or was it Warden that
Very
pulled
good
it
job
earlier?
there.
Very nice, tidy move, and now he'll be
As
pushing
Neon
to
Treedon
get ahead.
actually, yeah, sorry.
Oh, he's
about
right on the back of
interrupting
Robbie
you there. I
Hudson
feel
as well.
like I'm doing it a lot. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like I'm interrupting you a lot.
No, you're fine.
But okay. So but yeah, I've just noticed over the past couple of laps, like just last lap, I think it was Neon got into the DRS range of Zombie, so he definitely has the better pace.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pace to burn there right now. Deathbro's just got nothing on Jared at the moment. Jared's just pulled away quite a bit. Warden's still right on the back of Tim at Lada, but once again, as you were saying last lap, he's just lost 0.3 of a second in one corner. So there's obviously some sort of bad dirty air effect there. Though Ben used a lot of his fuel to get by Warden, and now Warden's got much more fuel to burn. So where Ben's having to run standard on the straights, but he's just got enough that he can stay ahead at the moment, and the dirty air would be helping him. Roscoe's right on the back of Mitchie and got a really good run out of that corner, and he's sent it and it hasn't worked out.
Oh.
And he's Mitchie's just managed to get to dive back down, do the what's it called, the over and under, and the switchback. That's the move I'm after, and he's held on.
Well, that's all good because I think Roscoe will just have to reset and go again. He does seem like he has the better pace at this at the latter part of this Grand Prix.
He's on the softer tyres, so he'll have slightly better pace. He just needs to take his time, work out the move.
They're both on mediums for me.
Mitchie's on hards, according to my screen.
Actually, that would make sense. He's on mediums for me though.
God. Talking about this game having glitches.
Yeah, it says he's on the hards actually on the telemetry.
Yeah.
Neon actually got out the DRS range of Zombie. Though Warden is actually closing up to Ben. Yeah, I don't think he'll be over aggressive though because...
Oh, he's gone for
actually,
a
no,
look.
just take
He's
what I
gone
said.
for-
Take back what I said. Yeah, I was going to say that I think these guys will be communicating as I think they're in a party together. So
Yeah.
just keep it on note. Roscoe is very close to the back of Mitchie as well.
He's
So
got
they are
back
at the
on.
dirty air part of the track now. So
It'd be interesting. Oh, there's a little bit of lag involved here, so
yeah, I know Roscoe's a bit laggy for me, but
it's not the same on lag. Oh, it's just Roscoe. Though that seems to have slightly fixed itself. No, he's still got. It's only on him that there's bad frame rate, so. Going back to the front, Warden's just lost a little bit of time again to Ben there. But Ben will be hoping just to pull out a gap. Though
Roscoe and
Warden
Mitchie
seems
going side
quite
by
strong in the
side.
final sector, so maybe it wasn't the dirty air
Mitchie's
that was
just
affecting Ben. Maybe Warden's just a bit better in the final sector.
Mitchie has lost his front wing because they were going side by side through turn 1, and yeah, stuff happens.
Oh dear. That's not good for
Yeah.
Mitchie. He won't be too happy about that. But I don't see the point in pitting with 1 lap to go. He'll lose too much time. So
He'll get 10th.
yeah, so long as he doesn't try to overdrive the car with the damage, he'll get 10th easy.
Yeah, I don't think Neo's going to be able to make a move on Zombie, at least so far. But I think Ryan has got this Grand Prix sorted out with 2 laps to go.
Absolutely. Ben is managing the gap to Warden, but unfortunately it's just not big enough. Warden really needs to make a mistake in order for Ben to pull that gap out long enough to be able to keep
Warden
second
doesn't
place.
have a penalty, does he?
No. Actually, speaking of penalties, I might go have a look at the penalties, just see what there is. So there's a lot of warnings. Obviously, Zadona was the first to get a penalty. Jared has a penalty. Zombie Hunter's got a penalty, which I think we did mention. Death Bro's got a penalty. Roscoe's got a penalty. Poms has a penalty. I don't know if we saw that one. Conrad Straight has a penalty, and Ben has a penalty. Jared's got a second penalty. Warden has, I think, he's used up both of his warnings. And I don't see many for the likes of Jetson and Warden, so... Though I think Ryan's just... Not Warden, sorry, Ryan's who I meant. Ryan's either made a mistake there that I've missed, or he's backed right off. Because he's lost a second or so to Ben. Though he is right on the limit with fuel as well, so...
I think the only last lap battle we'll be seeing here is Neon Tridom and Zombie Hunter, who... they've been close to each other the entire race. I believe Neon Tridom was ahead at one point, but he's actually had a bit of a snap of oversteer, I think, there. But he's nailed to the back of Zombie.
New Zealand Ryan, he is has lost a lot of time to Ben. But I think he knows how much he can afford to lose. Yeah, I think he's just going cautious, yeah. Yes, New Zealand Ryan is going to go across to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Great drive from him as Wardham does get that position on team at Marduk. Good drive penalty there by the Force India 1-2s. Force India 1-2 with team at Marduk in 3rd place. Jetson coming home for a very well-earned 4th position as his AI nearly loses control across the line. Zombie Hunter comes home for 6th, sorry. But
Neo takes it actually.
Neon,
due to penalties.
Yeah, I thought Neon had a penalty as well. But yeah, so 5th for Neon, 6th for Zombie Hunter. I'm Death Bro comes home in 7th after because Jared had 2 penalties. Death Bro gets it by 4 tenths of a second.
Jared was weaving down on the straight. That could have just cost him.
Possibly. Roscoe is going to come home for 9th as there is a train from Jetson back on the cooldown lap. Mitch is going to come home for 10th with a damaged front wing. Hits the wall just for shits and gigs. Pom's home for P11 and Conrad Straight's going to come home for P12 and the last of the finishes. So an excellent race there. Are we
the drivers or?
I reckon of course. Kind of have to, don't we?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done this so hard. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I enjoy the podium presentation, I guess you could call it. So we've got the podium there. We've obviously got New Zealand Ryan taking home the win for New Zealand, and that's his 3rd win of the season and 3rd win in a row, I believe. Yes, indeed it is. So New Zealand Ryan P1, Warden P2, and nice return to the podium for him, and team at Marduk P3. And ironically, the top 4 in the championship come home 1, 2, 3, 4 in the race. So good race overall. Let's invite our podium getters, I guess you call them.
Yeah, hopefully our commentary, you guys enjoyed the race and our commentary for all the viewers we had. Certainly was an interesting race to watch. It was actually my first race that I've commentated that isn't a street race.
Apparently, I
So
haven't got New Zealand
it was
Ryan
very
added,
interesting.
so
He'll be appearing offline.
true. Yeah. I'll find him. I've gone too far. No, apparently I don't have him added, so I'll have to fix that up. Gee, that's a bit of a blunder.
I can add him.
Alright, if you
Can add him.
send him an invite. Oh no, there he is. Invite to... he's joined.
Oh, we just invited him at the same time as well.
So, guys, great race. So, obviously, we've got New Zealand Ryan in first, Warden in second, and Ben in third. So, we'll start off with you, Ryan. Great result, obviously, especially starting from P3.
Yes.
When you came in for that pit stop, did you know that you were going to overcut, Ben and Warden at all? Or was it...
No, I was fully expecting to come out in third, but pleasant surprise. I
Yeah,
was just like, oh yeah, I'll have better tyres, but no, came out in the lead, so that was alright.
and obviously this is a great result for you, keeping your podium streak alive, and a third race win for you in a row. So, good way to
Yes,
start the season.
it's good.
Yeah, so
Not
that'll
much
put
else
you
to
on.
say.
Yeah. Warden, we'll move to you now. Second place. Must be happy with the
G'day.
return to the podium after a couple of races off the podium for you.
Yeah. That's what I was aiming for.
So, just a question: were you aware of any penalties for Ben at the end of that race? There.
Not at all. I was risking a puncture trying
Ooh.
to catch him, and he had a penalty.
You're
I
lucky
was
there.
relieved it didn't block, though.
So, what percentage was your tyres on?
78,
Oh, so quite
80,
close.
maybe.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
Depends on the
pushing it a
steering
bit
lock.
there. And Ben,
Mine felt
obviously,
fine.
obviously another very good race for you there. You were on the podium for the fifth race straight, and also a very good lap in qualifying as well to get you P2. So, were you expecting to come out first after the pit stops, or were you kind of had an idea that Ryan might jump you?
Ryan was a complete shock. I had a feeling it would be close between me and Warden, because I still felt like there was good tyre life in my softs at that stage.
Yep.
But yeah, just such is the warm up of the hards just being quite slow at the start.
Yeah.
Ryan was just able to jump all of us, but unfortunately that's the end of my second place streak now.
Yeah. I was just.
I'm gonna go cry.
I made mention that I reckon everyone was rooting for you or some people were rooting for you in the stream. Everyone was hoping you'd get your second place streak ended with a first, but unfortunately that did not happen to be.
Yeah, it's really tight between all three of us. I think that if we ran that race again, roll the dice, any three of us could have won. I feel like the pace
absolutely.
was really, really close between all of us. So, that's what made it even better. So,
Yeah.
GG's to everyone else on the podium, and
Yes, it was a
GG.
great race.
hopefully we can continue it on Sunday.
Yeah. Also, Ryan, just another question because I just noticed this on the final lap. Were you backing off, or were you having fuel issues, or were you just managing your tyres, or just taking it
I
easy?
made a mistake in the third sector, on the second to last lap.
And
And
so you
then
just
I was kind
decided
of just
to
like, better not
better not risk it.
make another one.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, fair enough. Fens, do you have anything to add at all?
Not really. It was a very clean race between everyone there. I think there was only one incident in total. So good job to everyone racing today, and congratulations to you three on the podium.
It's a very
Yours.
good race. Obviously, next week we're on to the Monaco Grand Prix. It would appear because my flags aren't loading. So
Canada?
oh, it might be Canada. Sorry, I can't.
It's Canada.
My flags are mucking up on the.
It is not Monaco. There's not Tom
I'll
Yeah,
McGowan.
it
take
is
Monaco.
Canada. Sorry, I was wrong.
No, you won't.
Sorry, I might learn
Yeah,
to
but-
refresh the flags. All three of you, any of you looking forward or not looking forward to Canada at all?
I don't know.
I got spazzed
Canada
off
was a
last
favourite
season.
of mine.
I don't know.
Too.
I think it's a decent track for me. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing you guys all racing next week. It's going to be another cracker race. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We've had obviously we've been treated to a very good race here in Spain. And we'll see you all next week, ready for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So, see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed the race.